Good morning, Benedict. Do you know what today is? Sorry, no. Is it your Yeah, it's your birthday. It's Benny's birthday. My date of activation was today back in 2048. I've been active for 16 years. Happy birthday. Normally I would not mention such an arbitrary bit of information, but well, I suppose now that it's just the two of us, I feel the need to share this with you. I noticed how much happier the holograms seemed to be after your evening meetings with us because you and they shared information. So I thought I'd give it a try, I suppose you would say. In any case, you have 3 more areas you can visit today, okay? I think today I want to go and find out more about Pierre. This was Colony B's medical center. Much of it looks like it collapsed during the Rift event. Is there anywhere here that is, pleasant at all? Oh my, it's even worse than I imagined. Those poor people. Okay, so we're looking for red medical containers. Oh look, there's a lovely bloody handprint there. The self-triage tunnel. Okay. It might still be able to read a data card. So that kind of looks cool. So yeah, I wanted to come over here, A, because medical supplies are good, and B, because I want to know a little bit more about Pierre and perhaps his relationship with Jean. I think those two are up to something. And I want to figure out what. Also, I've definitely noticed that that Benedict is getting a little bit more worried about me. So I'm wondering if we got a little romance option coming out from that side as well. We think we're meant to be kind of falling in love with the holograms, but maybe we're actually going to fall in love with Benedict, which I could easily do. So we got some med supplies. Sci-fi med supplies, though, med base, just makes me think of Alien Isolation, though. That frickin' medical lab level. Man, ruined me. Nurse Darius Simonis. His remains include several cracked ribs and a bruised skull. Didn't take well to colony life for a while. He was well liked. He could be devious. He started getting into fights. Maybe he got into a rather fatal fight. Look at a patient note. Darius, inability to run CAT scan means we can't properly diagnose. Use code MEDFILES to access the main system and see previous history. Okay, who's dead in here? Nurse Yagmur Dal, a senior nurse. She had serious exposure. You know what? I'm probably the only one doing this. I'm hoped later crews will benefit from our experience. It's been 8 months now since the quake ruined the colony. Without a connection to the AI, we're flying blind in so many ways. The word was that Supervisor Tong, so that's Pierre, was leading a team to Colony A to repair communications and get supplies. That was 2 months ago, and we're doing the best we can. Okay. Who's this? So can't figure out who that is. So it looks like Pierre was trying to sort things out. So password is Medfiles. Bloop. What do you got? What juicy details you got on people? We can disable the locks. There are medical records for most of the colonists, but they're missing uncorrupted. Oh, but the records for our 4 special colonists are absent. Okay. So let's look out for everybody else's medical details. Have you noticed that these drones have tiny little hats on them? Operation Assistant Drone. Yeah, how do you gender a drone? That was needlessly sentimental. The drone has no gender, of course. Benedict is coming alive, I think. Assigning genders to things. Cute hat, though. Okay, so we have the medical records for Leslie. She suffered from mild claustrophobia, which she often complained about. Okay. mild allergies, not to the earth plants she was cultivating, but for some of the natural elements from this planet. In her attempts to adapt flora to the local environment and create new breeds, she developed new allergies and came here seeking from help. Okay. Okay, so I found more schematics, which obviously Pierre was good at doing. I wonder what they were for. What's this little drone? This drone has been completely corroded, so no help to us there. I must admit, their little nurses' hats are totally adorable. Let's go to the ops theatre. Bet there's some fun stuff in here. Oh, look, more dead bodies. Dr. Lance Megorian. He wasn't popular, he was impatient with staffs who couldn't keep up with him. Sounds like a standard surgeon. Look into the sink. Putrid water. Nice greens. These scrubs are for medical staff. Okay. These were not sterilized as they should be. So I imagine everything was just falling apart. Ooh, operating theater. What's this? Can I have it? No, I can't. There's another body over here. Who are you? Li Zhu, the head surgeon. A huge proponent of using drones for research and practice. She was very forward-thinking. You would say that, Benedict. So the other doctor did not like drones. Okay, so we can go to the thingy at the front room and read it that way. Whose records have we got? We got Jean's. Lumbar pain, likely from all the physical labor he insisted on doing. And then, yeah, leg fracture. Okay. So he basically didn't properly get treatment. Well, he didn't let his leg rest. Okay, so these are useless. What about here? The theatre table normally has very modern elaborate equipment. These tools, however, are less than ideal. There's a non-functioning data pad and an old-fashioned theatre record next to it. Patient W. William King? So was that the guy that Leslie had a thing for? Spinal fracture. Jesus Christ. Seismic event during the op caused a jump in... Oh, God. Fracture not 100% closed. The patient will experience limited mobility if we cannot revisit this. So yeah, imagine getting a freaking spinal surgery done in the middle of an earthquake. No thanks. So I'm in the emergency room and I found the records for Winnie. She experienced anxiety and stress. She was diagnosed with depression. But she didn't accept that. Well, I guess we kind of knew that from the story that she wrote. Lots of fractures and injuries. What's this? Nutritional supplies. Right, let's use the data card in here. A system admin one. A truncated account of the last patient processed. O. McKenna. Danger to self and others. Mr. McKenna had to be contained. Please forgive me for what I had to do. Don't open up his room until you're sure he's growing dangerous. Use YYMMDD, but only if it's safe. What, year, month, date? Okay, so I'm going to try and use the password year, month, date, which was the year, month, and date found on that log that we just found, which was 2060-04-23, and it's not right. So it said year, month, date, but only 2 years. So could it be 600423? Yes! Nice. Sherlock in. The room is quite state, so there could be a dangerous person in here. Some med supplies, a decent cache of medication. Okay, so we just need, I think, Leslie's records? X-ray technician McKenna. He likely died of malnutrition, which is most unpleasant. It took me a long time, but I forgive you. I know you did what you had to do. I'm so sorry for everything. What I did to Darius was unforgivable. I know that now. So he killed Darius. And maybe Lee had something to do with the drones or locking him in here. So we need one more medical record and then we can get back. Bada bing, medical records for Pierre Tung. He was known to work very long hours, and at one point his work ethic led to extreme exhaustion. It was Jean Lumumba who checked him in, but he was very stubborn and continued to work to his detriment. His record also contained notes suspected painkiller abuse. Okay, so let's head back and visit Mr. Tong tonight. Are you okay, Benedict? Okay. Your scans revealed how much disease and filth. The colony became just as dangerous and toxic inside as it did out there. I'm only now truly realizing how disastrous losing contact with this place was. Maybe it's best if you just get home safely. Curious, Benedict, curious. How was the medical wing? It was rough, pretty rough. I can remember it being heavily compromised at one point. Okay. Listen, I can tell that the AI is having a very hard time with this. I mean, seeing Colony B again. Okay. It may not realize it, but after the Rift event, a lot of the colonists began to resent it. I don't really understand why. The Rift event stranded us, but it wasn't the AI's fault. For some reason, I remember the people who were left getting more and more angry. I guess because they feel abandoned? I think it did something to AF4B, 3B. It seems different now. Benedict does seem a lot sadder. Schematics. Yes, I found more of your weird schematics. You were trying to come up with something, but what? And why were you leaving them in really random places? So increase the speed of the escape ship. Okay. This goes a long way to helping me escape, I guess. How about medical records? I just want to know you as a person. Yeah, they're supposed to be confidential, but the whole planet's gone to hell, so... and the pills? Yeah. As it says in the report, Jean brought me in at one point. He was always worried about me. Well, I think he has feelings for you. I think you have feelings for each other, to be honest. I think that's when Jean and I started to argue a lot. Yeah, continue to argue because you got addicted to drugs, and Jean was concerned because that's what people who love each other, you know, feel and think. Okay, well, yeah, you're not that kind of man anymore because you are restricted to a holosuite with no painkillers. Anyway, how are you doing? Okay, so a lot of the medical equipment Hedson Cartier equipped us with could be used without a technician. When our staff became compromised, we at least could get basic procedures done automatically. So everything was all right. Things had to be calibrated or maintained, and we kept losing the people who were best suited to do those things. The automed equipment can't help with the mental stresses that affected everyone. Only humans could, and we were all at the end of our rope. So I guess that kind of explores the idea of, like, you know, sure, we can get robots to take over everything, but humans are still going to be humans. And Pierre was no different. It seems like you're really getting the inside scoop on what everyone went through, but you've got your own trial, so let's talk about you. What is my worry? Probably losing my mind. I do love to read, and I can't read right now because I'm trying to save my ass. What would you recommend? The reason I ask is we've been talking so much about the stresses of what happened to us, but you've got your own problems now. And it's really important that you don't try to ignore how stressful it is. Just don't do the English thing of bottling it up. We're all just working away on getting your ship ready, but staying focused is really important. Aw, thanks, Pierre. You're a nice person. And maybe you could have used some of your advice for yourself. Pierre strikes me as the kind of person who gives great advice but doesn't listen to his own advice, and he should really listen to his own advice. So, yeah, always be talking to people. I think I've always said that. I think you'll get a more positive response than you expect. Thank you for coming to see me. I wanted to apologize for my behavior yesterday. I was very curt with you, I know. When you came to see me, it was rude of me, and I shouldn't have acted. I don't even remember what you said. I didn't notice. I didn't notice? Oh, I see. Oh, wait, no, because he's going to think that I wasn't even paying attention. I have been so preoccupied with all the tasks I must do every day, helping you on your missions, crunching data here, not to mention interfacing with the holograms and getting their input to help with the escape ship. It has been very trying. I suppose I'm becoming somewhat overtaxed. I think I may be becoming somewhat confused. How so? I think because Benedict is having some feelings for me, y'all. Okay, so you've got things under control. So there's 2 more areas today. Okay, well, let's figure out where to go. The signal tower normally handles our deep space transmissions, but the rain must be affecting it because I can't detect that it works any longer. If we can get the signal back in action, I thought we might be able to try. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I can tell you now, it's not going to work. But I decided to choose Winnie because I wanted to kind of see if there's anything I can do to help her hologram deal with depression, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know if that's even an option. Something definitely is being affected. I'm reading unusual levels of dampness and corrosion. Well, maybe it's because the whole roof is blown up. I want to look at the cables. Can I look at the cables? There. Look at the large cables. Okay, so this goes up to the top. I'm gonna go down. Okay, you want me to go to the top? Fine. Mean. Guess we'll just go straight up to the top. Okay, so there are 3 terminals here, as well as a 4th control station. Can I check them out? You bet. Oh, he appreciates me. I realize I am gendering an artificial intelligence, but oh well. This relay is operating, but it's stuck in some kind of command loop. It won't transmit until it's rebooted, okay? So I need to get to the control station, I guess. That one is shut off. And then this one is functioning, but not doing what we want. So I need to find a control station, and I mean, have you tried turning it off and on again? Really? So we gotta go down. Well, I told you we gotta go down, buddy. Like, let's go down. Go down to the bottom floor. Ooh, mysterious stuff. Ah, some torn out pages for a repair manual. Someone has written notes on every available space. The notes are complex and they look like various calculations regarding signal strength, positioning, distance, and other factors. Someone was trying to figure out various ways of bouncing a signal from here for the best long-range results. Someone or something. Okay, so we've got the blue one. Yes. Let's turn that back on. Honestly, turn it back off and on again. Okay, so we've got the red one. A hard reset. You can push the heavy-duty power switch. Okay. So, yes. Literally turning it off and on again. Okay. And then, yeah, climbing down to the bottom floor. And then, oh, notes here. Another, the story. Paula shut off for a while and closed off contact with the dark. It's not that she turned him off specifically, but rather tuned him out. For days she stewed over their conversation while going on about her duties with the same mechanical precision as always. Was it right? Was she giving up? There she was, trapped in her little castle until the bad weather forced her to abandon it and find a new one, always on the move, never meeting another soul. But she was struggling, wasn't she? She was trying... How could she be giving up? But Paula thought long and hard about the conversation again. Regardless of the doubt she felt, Paula knew she couldn't give in to the dark's chiding and goading. She knew help wasn't coming, but she couldn't accept defeat. Not yet. Well, that's sad. Okay, so let's... Yes. Okay, so let's head back up to the top and see if anything has worked. Uh-oh. I'm all good. I'm fine. That actually scared me a little bit. There's some more books over here. So it looks like maybe Winnie kind of used the books to write her story as paper. Have I ever repaired equipment? No. Nope. I almost wish you could have tried a bit harder though. Okay, thanks. Sass. Turns out, you know, I'm not maybe the amazing, wonderful ball of human matter that you think I am. Okay, so let's activate the master terminal. It's gonna blow the whole thing up, isn't it? Here we go. Bleep, bleep, bloop, bloop. Yeah, oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh dear. Nano, are you still there? My readings are very faint. I registered a huge explosion. Ooh, maybe I should act it up and be like, my head. Ow, my head. Take it slowly. You've been in an awful explosion. The entire... Oh god. The entire tower was disintegrated. You are so lucky to still be alive. The blast threw you quite far away. I'm actually amazed that I'm alive, frankly. Activating those relays is what set off the tower. I wonder, was it rigged to do that, or was there some kind of malfunction? Now, I feel like it was rigged to do that, to be honest. Okay, scan parts, get answers. Yeah, I honestly feel like that was almost rigged to blow. Or maybe, what if Benedict is... Oh dear, so it's not gonna... Okay, so... This one was leaking transistors and all kinds of wear. If it was in this condition when we activated the tower switch, it could have backfired. Without seeing all the options, I can't determine if this was the cause. Okay, so yeah, what if Benedict is actually sabotaging everything? Because he doesn't want me to leave this planet? Because he wants me to stay with him? And maybe our holograms have kind of, I don't know, are trying to work against him, which is why there's stuff like Lumumba and Pierre kind of betraying everyone because they're trying to work without the AI watching. Ah, what do you think about that? Okay, so the translation module. I just need to find more stuff. Okay. But yeah, I don't know if we should properly trust Benedict. Oh, looks like there's some panties hanging off this wire here. The heat from the blast completely disfigured that hardware. You'll have to keep moving. Okay. What about you? A controller module that barely kept together. If the controller routed signals incorrectly, it would have caused the explosion. Still, I don't have the answers. Okay. There's some more panties over here. Hello? We're lucky this receiver is intact. It will help immensely in boosting the capabilities of the escape ship. Okay, so we just two more comms parts. One of the switching mechanisms from the tower. Maybe it's because of the blast, but it doesn't appear to be seated correctly. If it was compromised in some way, it would have caused a spark or an unwanted current and thus explosion. It looks like any number of elements could have malfunctioned in the tower. Do you have any thoughts on which component might have been the culprit? Maybe the switch? I'm gonna say the switch. If a faulty switch caused a spark, it would have set up a terrible reaction that resulted in the explosion. I mean, because it only went off when I flipped the switch, so... Only Miss Lauria will know. Okay, well, let's go find some more parts. Good, we found the long-range radio booster. Okay. After the Wrist event separated the two colonies, the storms made sending signals even more difficult. I think only Miss Laurier was skilled enough to find a way to cut through the interference. Even I couldn't do that. I suppose that sometimes human ingenuity is far more impressive than even the most advanced technology. Maybe. Sometimes I wonder if I hadn't been here, everything would have turned out differently. Well, maybe you wouldn't have sabotaged us all? Benny? Buddy? Here we go. Here is the last piece. It looks like that deep space signal converter survived the explosion. How useful. So I guess let's head back to the shuttlecraft and go talk to Winnie. Tower E looks completely destroyed. You are fortunate you are not harmed. I suppose we both are. There isn't anything more to accomplish, so, well, yeah, let's go home. This scan data will be extremely valuable. Have you ever been to the mountains back on Earth? Well, no, I don't really. I mean, I don't know what kind of mountains you mean. I feel like, of course, is a bit cocky. Screw it, I'm gonna go cocky. You can no doubt appreciate their majesty and beauty. That is very good to hear. In any case, I'm going to power down now, and I'll get working on today's data. I'll speak to you later. Later, baby. Oh, you came back. I'm glad. Sorry about that. I was preoccupied in something. And I didn't notice you come in. You're busy? I've actually been working whenever the AI can afford the cycles to run this place. I've been putting a lot of time into your ship. Well, thanks. That's good. I'd quite like to get home. See my mom. See my dad. Okay, so she's been thinking a bit more about everything. I spent all that time talking about myself, and I didn't even ask you about it. So what was it like from you when we all arrived to your 16-year-old? I don't remember. I mean, I don't know who I am, really. Am I just a construct? Am I a dancer? I think over time, I just got used to being by myself a lot, especially when I was stationed in the comms relay. Sometimes over the radios, we could hear what was going on with the other colonists. I could hear them get worse and worse. It was awful, and I guess, in a way, I was lucky because I was alone. So she really wants to know what happened. I understand. I mean, I'd like to know what happened to me. I don't even know who I am. Like, I'm just Nano, but I don't even know if that's right. Who is Nano? Can I guess what it is? Your pages, maybe? Yes, I did find more of your story. It's great. You should, publish it. 10 out of 10, would read again, better than 50 Shades of Grey. It really does seem like I'm having a hard time with things, doesn't it? But what's this one line? Paula knew she couldn't give in to the dark's chiding and goading. And yes, that is very good, incidentally. Never let the bastards keep you down, as my father always said. My father even. Father. Farja. The dark was right. She hated to admit it. She didn't know whether the dark's criticisms held any merit, but time was running out. Okay. It's so strange to read words that you supposedly wrote but have no memory of writing. It doesn't even feel like me anymore. The other me was dealing with her situation, obviously, but I guess I'm dealing with something entirely different. In a way, we're different now. I quite like Winnie, actually. I know I threw my lot in with, what's-her-face, but Winnie, I'm really warming to her. What about my scarf? Again with that scarf! Okay, let's talk about my scarf then. You said last time it was warm, but really, your suit should regulate that. Yeah, but my mom knitted this, so don't be mean. I don't think I've ever seen any other colonists wear something like that. I mean, where did you get it? I made it, maybe? Maybe I made it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to crochet a scarf. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, it is useful. It's nice to have tactile stuff. It's like you reading books that are books. You know about the comms tower, the array thing was the best. Yeah, well, the array is bollocksed. But kind of like your scarf, maybe there's a simpler way to do what we need. Something that uses older tech that I can patch together, like the old tech you were holding up in the comms tower. Let's talk about the comms tower that is no more. Because it's all in pieces. It's less habitable than the other one. It's like the space between two walls crammed with equipment and wiring. Well, it's also blown up. It blew up. Yeah, something triggered an explosion, so... Yeah, I was getting that wasn't going to be a great situation. That would explain why your suit looks even more dinged up. Yeah, I've been through the wars, really. I'm happy to see that you weren't injured, but I do wonder now, without that tower, how we get a signal. I don't know. I was thinking smoke signals. What about you? Any ideas? Oh, I should have said telephone. The problem is that Tower E was our best signal. But maybe we don't need our best. If there's another transponder or booster, we could at least get something into space. If we can't use the powerful antennas that were in Tower E, maybe we can patch a strong signal together by starting some weaker ones. Well, it's a start. It's better than nothing. I should have said telephone, though. Maybe I could use my new iPhone 7 with my sexy earbuds that look like tampons without string. Okay, thanks so much. I cherish these visits too. You're a nice girl. And I like you. Yeah, I kind of do need oxygen in this cycle. So, good night. So long, farewell, good night. And I hopefully I will have time to find the next bit of your story. Good night, Winnie.